Hey, hey, hey. Okay, so this is a bit of a difficult topic. I'm Rosemary Nonny Knight. How are you doing? So, I admit I do use the word calling and I use the phrase, you're called to do this or called to do the other. I use that a lot in my work, and yet I'm about to say that I kind of hate those phrases and those words. But the truth is, you know what? People do want to feel cold. I want to feel cold, okay? And yes, I admit that I am even cold. Yeah, I am cold. But you know what? I still do have a choice. So do you. We still have a freaking choice as to whether we do the work that we feel called to do or whether we don't. Just because Spirit kind of planted some idea in your heart about well, definitely my heart, about what my legacy could be, about the purpose of my life, it doesn't mean that I have to do it. No, it just makes me feel better, more spiritual to have these big ideas and these big wants, and I call them a calling. Almost like I have no choice but to do it so that no one can call me selfish. Do you see what I'm saying here? Being able to say that, oh, well, I'm called to do it, somehow made me feel a lot more worthy than just saying, I want to. I want to make lots of money and all of that kind of stuff, because you know what? Deep down inside, I felt kind of wrong for wanting so much. Do you understand what I'm trying to say here? Do you understand? Let me just try and explain a bit further. There's three reasons why I find the word calling and call to do a little bit difficult, which is not to say we need to discard it completely, but just hear me out here. Number one, I am kind of rebellious at the heart, okay? I don't want to ever feel forced to do anything. When I use words like calling and I'm called to do something or the other, I feel forced. I feel like I have no choice but to do it. I feel like a slave to my goal. And I hate that. Hate that. I've fought a long, hard battle to be free from any kind of have tos and must do's, and I refuse to go back into bondage. I hate thinking that just because some higher power says, oh, you are now called to do something, then I have to do it. That feels kind of yucky to me. And if you're honest, as a leader, it probably feels a bit yucky to you, but you may be too scared to admit it, because then again, what are you supposed to say? I just want to make lots of money and impact lots of people. And people will look at you like you're some kind of deluded creature, basically. But if you say, I feel called to do it, then suddenly it's like, oh, yeah, okay, we get that. We get the concept of calling. But really, is it freedom or is it fear that keeps you doing that? And so some of you might be saying you're called because you feel like, if I didn't say I was called, then I'm being selfish and I'm proud. And again, a lightning bolt from heaven might hit you on the head. Freedom or fear? Is that a choice from freedom or is it a choice from fear? Okay, number two is, I always have a choice. Okay, I always have a choice. And so do you. Always, always, always. And frankly, I don't think some higher being ever wants to take that choice away from you or me. Okay, we are, whether we're all still worthy of, good things, even if we don't follow the calling. Okay, you may choose to do any old thing you want to do and you'll still be loved and worthy. Do you know that for real? Do you know that for real? Or do you think that your worthiness or how much love you can get is dependent on your calling? Do you feel as if you have no choice if you want to be loved? Maybe it's time to look at those worthiness issues rather than trying to drown them in some attempt to feel worthy by following a calling. Question for you: if you don't follow this calling, if you do follow it and you fail, does that make you less than good enough as a human being? Be honest, okay? What answer comes up for you? You might be afraid that you'll be insignificant and that your whole life has been a waste. There is a part of you that desperately wants to believe that there's something higher about you. And if you don't have that, then it all feels like your life was for nothing. I do believe there is something higher about you. That's not what I'm saying here. I do believe that you're absolutely uniquely designed to do something if you want to. However, whether you do it or you don't do it, you are still worthy and you're still lovable. You do know that, right? Because sometimes we attach these emotions to our goals that really shouldn't be there. And that keeps the goal away from you. There's too much desperation around it. Okay, number three is the because I want to lifestyle. It's a valid lifestyle choice. Because I want to. It's valid, okay? As a spirit-driven entrepreneurial leader, it may feel kind of yuck and selfish and completely against your conditioning to admit that you just want to be rich and doing work that you love. And so if you can cover it up, as I've already said, with the nice words like, I'm called, then it feels like you're allowed now to have it. It's almost like, you want to be able to say that to people around you, that you only got rich because it was ordained in the stars. Nothing to do with you or your selfish desires, right? Come on, check that. Do you believe in a world of abundance or not? Where you can have it whatever you want, the same as anybody else can, if you and they are willing to do the work. Do you believe in freedom or not? Do you believe you're loved whether you choose to do it or not? And if you don't believe in any of these things that I just mentioned, is fear controlling you, really? And also, if you don't really believe you can have whatever you want, you'll never allow yourself to get it. You'll resist doing the work every step of the way, and you'll find ways to make it harder and harder for yourself. And if you do get what you want, the guilt and the shame and the fear of punishment will finally cause you to implode and give it all away in some fairly weird way. We all see those people that seem to have it all, and next thing you know, they've lost it all. Because something inside of them felt bad for having it. Again, check yourself. Really look at the root of what is behind your every motivation, because if there's a part of you that really does want to be rich and live in a life of purpose, and you don't, and you're telling yourself you shouldn't, then you won't allow yourself to do it. Because the truth is, you can be rich and purpose driven, both at the same time. You do have a choice. Yes, you are probably called. I'm not taking it away, as much as I don't like it when people use the word called to hide their true motivation. It is just okay to want what you want, okay? It really is. And it's also okay to walk away from the call and live a fairly happy existence. Lots of people do that as well. If you make the choice to go after everything you desire, whether you're called or not, it will be tough. It will demand that you think very much unlike everybody around you, okay? They will read, they'll listen to me talking about this and they won't have any understanding as to what I'm talking about. You might even be slightly confused, but do you understand what I'm saying here? Yes, I'm sure you're called. But don't ignore the underlying desperation that or that feeling that unless I fulfill this call, there's nothing good in me. You don't want that to be the underlying motivation. You want to be clear on the inside, because if not, you will struggle to create the wealth, or you will struggle to keep the wealth, because all the while you will not feel like you'd actually deserve it. When really, your worth is not tied to what you do or don't do. Whether you follow the call or you don't follow the call, you are still loved, you are still cared for. It doesn't matter. Allow yourself to acknowledge that, and then you can go full pelt after your calling if you want to. If you want to. You're not responsible for the whole world. In the grand scheme of things, the world will carry on whatever you choose to do. Okay? So, just choose. Do you really want to go after it all for the purpose of going after it all because you want to, rather than the purpose of trying to make yourself feel important or feel good or feel holy? You don't need this stuff to make you feel anything except maybe, yeah, hey, I did it, woo, basically. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay, it's time to fight for and to deliberately design the life you are born to live because you absolutely want to. And this is the thing, honey, if you choose to go after the calling, there can be no more complaining. It wasn't forced upon you, you chose it, okay? Okay, honeys, now, if you do make the choice that you do want to go after your calling and you want to go all in, then you will need support. You will absolutely need support. I invite you to join the Deliberate Millionaire Fast Track Club at rosemarinoninight.com/DM Fast Track at $10 a month at the moment. You do need to elevate, and this will help you. You'll get access to 14 sales, marketing, and leadership programs, which are worth over $3,000 if you bought them alone. You'll get 3 challenges that you can get stuck into right now, including the Science of Getting Rich Bootcamp. You'll get the first 5K plan, so how to get your first 5K plan immediately within the club. You'll get 1 live call with me every single month. You'll get daily help with coming up for ideas for your business from me. You'll get connection with other leaders who have big dreams and ideas just like you. You people who do want the next 12 months to be their very, very best. You'll get access to all of those people. You'll get access to, depending on if you're one of the first 50, a one-on-one call with me. There'll be discounts on every single thing that I do, or it'll be free to you in the group, one or the other. There'll be a daily motivational live stream specific to members of the DM, okay? And I am in group every single day answering questions, helping you move forward. I'm not some kind of distant coach that, you buy into it and then I disappear and you never see me ever again. No, I'm there every single day. And 10% of your subscription goes to supporting the Microloan Foundation right now. Honey, go and try it right now. For $10 a month, okay? You might even get a special offer. It depends on when you listen to this. Right now, go over to rosemarinoninight.com/DM Fast Track. I can't wait to work with you. Until the next time,